Alright, so I'm back to make a proper video of why I was gone for so long and the fact that I wanted to tell you that I'm still alive. Um, so it all started in June. A specific date, I believe was June 5th, was my breaking point, only because I was running errands with my dad. We had to go to the emissions testing place and, excuse me, and that's when it went downhill. So I don't know my destinations very well, although I was living here my whole life, and I'll touch bases on that. But I was using the maps that was on my previous phone to navigate us because it was very hard to find and it was semi far. So he didn't want to listen to me. I'm going to try to sum this up. I'm not going to put too much detail in it. But he didn't want to listen to me. He wanted to go another route. So I said, okay, we went another route, and then that's when we got lost. And he blamed it on me, and he started yelling and he started screaming. And I just my blood pressure was just up. I was not feeling it because, I mean, just imagine someone driving and yelling at you over something that wasn't your fault. After the emission testing place was over, he failed it because of a screw or something like that. So we had to go back for the second time. And of course, I was getting yelled at once again. Now, this was specifically on June 5th, which is for the second time that we had to go, because I went with him to get the screw fixed. I don't really know if that was specifically on June 5th, but I do know that June 5th was the breaking point. Anyways, that specific moment wasn't the breaking point, though. Although I just kept thinking, like, I can't wait to just get done with this. We went to Jules, and he wanted to pretend like nothing happened, like I didn't get cursed out. And I just was so, like, I shut down, basically. My body shut down, my mind shut down. I didn't want anything to do with him. He wanted to say, oh, well, I think you should give me a hug, a kiss or something. I'm like, coronavirus is happening. I have a mask on my face, and elderly people can easily get it, and I don't want to do that to you. He said, you know what? I'm sick and tired of your bullshit. And then he just went on from there. Now, mind you, when we left the emissions test place, he almost got into a car accident twice. When he said, I'm tired of your bullshit, we was at Jules, and he was driving, almost got into another car accident. Then he almost drove into the building of the store while I'm in the car. And the police was right behind us, and the police didn't do anything about it. He ended up parking, and he left his phone in the car. So I tried to give him his phone. He didn't even want to take it. He was just walking off. And I wanted so bad to just walk home. But something said don't. Something said just wait. And me thinking about this is honestly like something that I don't even want to talk about completely yet, because it still gets to me. Because, most daughters do take after their mom, but we don't have two parents for no reason. My mom did her part with loving me and showing me affection, which is why I'm this sane, at least this sane. If it wasn't for her, I don't know where I'd be. But also from the father is supposed to be the leader in providing you, the things, the essential things that you need in order to grow up, in order to make it, and in order to have your full personality, because that's where you get it from. And the fact that I didn't have that from him, and I didn't really learn anything from him, is like, it's really sad. Because I see other girls talking to their fathers and going out with their father without being yelled and cursed out, and I get a bit jealous because why can't I have a father like that? When mom passed away, I tried doing everything I could to get us closer, regardless of what happened in the past, regardless of any misfortune that was caused, I tried, I offered cooking, and from that day I was cooking every day. He only cooked here and there, and that's it. I tried doing everything, to get him to, I guess you can say, love me more, but it always backfired. I remember I was in college and I had a day off, and I made him a smoothie because he was sick and he was coughing. So I tried giving it to him, and he just started yelling, saying that he didn't want it. And I put everything that I had into that drink. And so my boyfriend helped me too, by the way. So I tried giving it to him. He didn't want it. Ended up spilling it all in the refrigerator. He had to clean it up. But, anyways. So something told me not to walk away yet. And I thought I was leaving that night because my associate, not really a friend, associate Deshaun said that I can come there. He was out of town and their car wasn't working. And I was like, oh shit, I don't want to be here any longer. So I started panicking because I wanted out of that house. I got tired. And it wasn't just that specific moment. Mind you, this is years and years of abuse that's been happening. Because I found out what my dad is. But before I touch bases on that, I was panicking because I wanted to get out. And Jamal contacted someone with the same name as me, which is Mariah, and they agreed to let me stay here. I couldn't go there the next day, but Jamal did help me. My boyfriend helped me find a hotel to sleep in for the day all the way tonight, I believe. And then I went over here. I don't know if I slept in there a day or a day and a half. I think it was a day and a half because I met them here. And I was happy because I escaped. It was like all these things just happening. Like I was just so happy that I was done with my dad. And so as time went on, I started getting used to being here and etc. And next thing you know, I'm woken up because someone filed a missing police report on me. Now, how I escaped, we have an alarm on our house, and I did not want to set the alarm off while my dad was asleep. So at night, I made sure I gathered all my belongings so that way I can take it in the morning. So I left at 7. No, I walked downstairs at 6, 7 in the morning, I believe, before my dad can get up. And Jamal met me on time. And I was putting all the stuff that I packed away, I was putting it all out the window. All out the window. And, as much as I can take, because a majority, 90% of my stuff is still at that house. And I'll make a video on that too. It's a lot of things I'll make a video on. But once we got the stuff, Jamal pulled me through the window, literally got scrapes on my arms. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like a dark spot, like a little scar. I got it on my arm and leg, but I managed to crawl through the window because the window was semi-high. Not too high, but it was still semi-high, like at a semi-dangerous point where if I fall, I could bust my head open. But Jamal pulled me through because he was strong enough to, thank goodness. And we ran to his car, which was parked across the street, threw my stuff in there, got in there. We went off to Walmart. And then that's when I came here and started getting used to the swing of things. Very scared of dogs. So, of course, when I came here and I saw that they had like a little over medium-sized dog, like between medium and large-sized dog, I had to get used to that because I was scared. I have bad experiences with dogs, which is why I don't really trust dogs like that. It used to be worse, but so about the missing police report, I had to go and get that taken care of at a police station. I showed them the evidence that I had in my former phone. So angry that my phone was stolen because all that evidence was on there. Me texting my dad saying, close the window and I'm sorry for this. I left my dad two notes. Not two, I left my dad, yeah, two notes and information. Because I ran his bank account, I ran his emails, I ran all that because he didn't want to learn. And when I taught him, he lied and said that I never showed him. So I wrote all of it down. So it would be no reason to not know these things. And I put it in plain sight where he can see it. So, yeah, police report was filed. I had to go get that taken care of. The investigator was kind of rude. He was an elderly man because he had gray hair. But he was saying next time, don't tell people that you were suicidal, because what they'll do is they'll track that and you won't be able to get a job and all this other stuff. And I'm like trying to explain it. He was like, wait. That's what's wrong with you young people. You young people. And it's like, if someone just came from a messed up situation, why are you arguing with a 22-year-old at the time? Why are you arguing with a 22-year-old girl who literally is going through a lot of traumatizing stuff because you want to be right? That's clearly part of my evidence. I showed the lady that I had like a sore here. And he's saying, don't tell nobody that, as if I'm supposed to just hide everything. And that really made me upset because it's like people like that is why serial killers exist, why this exists, because when someone explains to you about their hurts and pains, which is very, very hard to open up about, and you completely just go in for the kill and just tell them you're not supposed to say this and that, that really irritates me. That really irritates me. Because obviously I do want a job. Obviously I'm trying to get better, which is why I left. So don't tell me that I shouldn't tell someone who's above you that information, because that information is necessary as to why I ran away. And I'm too old to even say run away, which is why I left. Next thing you know, they're saying your dad is in a hospital. I start crying because it's like, how? How is this man in a hospital? And they said it was from shock. And then my brother saying, he just kept saying, they took her. And it's like, who's they? And I'm just trying to like piece together, like, what are you talking about? Because you recognize my boyfriend's card, but you don't know he's my boyfriend. My dad just knows he's my friend, because I'm not allowed to have a boyfriend at the age of 22. At the time. And they said he went to the hospital from shock because he's an old man. But no one was telling me the location. No one was literally telling me the location of where this man was at. My brother didn't know, and he's the one that spoke to him. My aunts didn't want to tell me. No one picked up the phone when I called. So it's like, how am I supposed to go there when I don't have a car, when I don't have any type of money on me? And secondly, you're not even telling me where he's located. Of course, I could have took my boyfriend's car when he's not working to go up there and visit him, but no one told me the location at all. So I don't know where my dad is. And then I got on the phone with my cousin who was over talking me, and my roommate had to step in, like, this, that, the third. And my cousin was understandable, and I was like, listen, this man has abused my mom. He's hurting me. He's not listening to me. And my cousin was like, well, maybe this is his karma. And I'm thinking, maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't care what his karma is. The fact of the matter is that I've been hurting for so many years, longing for someone to love me. Literally went down the wrong path more than 2 times, trying to find someone to care and show me affection, because that's what I was craving, because I have a hole in my heart. That's why I left. Because why would I want to stay with someone that's like that? It's bad enough that when I do get my own place, that I'm gonna have to deal with the Karens and the freaking Billies of life. But that should not be coming from my own father. I get that sense of security from my parents. I look up to my parents and God and Christ. So when my dad is acting this way towards me, of course it's gonna mess me up in the head. Of course it's gonna like affect me, because not only did he do this in my childhood and that's now going into teenage years and adulthood, but he's still doing it. And it's like when you explain this, he plays victim. And that's why I say I discovered what my dad is. He's a narcissist. He's a NPD. He has narcissistic personality disorder, and it is very bad. And he's 70 something years old. I was researching this stuff up like crazy. I found a channel called Narc Survivor, and he really taught me a lot. I talked to Bible people. I texted Bible people because my dad was there all the time. Of course he had work, but I had school, so of course I didn't have like the time to juggle that. But this man literally, anyways, I talked to Christians. I texted an online church. I called prayer centers. I did everything that you can imagine possible. I went on multiple online churches to talk to these people, and all said the same thing. They said, leave. In my heart, I felt that I should, but I was so focused on God because I don't want God being mad at me. I already messed up with God enough, and for me to like keep adding that on. So they said leave, and then one person said leave and keep praying for him. And to this day, I do. I mean, I pray for him every single day because I forget sometimes, but I do pray for him to get better, for that whole family to get better, because nobody believed me. I talked to my aunt about this in 2018 when I ran away the first time. Told her everything, and she did nothing but make up excuses. My cousin said that on the phone. Well, you need to talk. You should have talked. I did. I talked to both of you while I was with you when I went away from home. And that's all you did was make up excuses for him. Because I'm younger than all of you, and I don't know anything. So disregard my feelings and disregard the fact that I'm literally trying to find all these ways to kill myself. That's sick. So I'm here now. Next thing you know, something else pops up. Drama. I told Jamal about talking to this girl because she disrespected my mom twice. And I'm still hopped up on that. I still have not fully forgiven her. But I will. I'm working on it. But anyways, I said I wanted to ask Snapchat a question. Like, is it normal for your boyfriend to say he loved another girl that's his friend? And then everyone was just commenting, saying, of course. And then apparently Cheyenne wanted to instigate it and say, oh, looks like somebody talking about you, Courtney. And Courtney came to Jamal saying some stuff. And then she blocked me. And it's like, it was never that deep. So I blocked. So everyone's texting me this fucking paragraph saying, oh, I just want to let you know that I'm not taking sides. Which, yes, the fuck you are. You are taking sides. They've been taking this girl's side. They've been taking this girl's side. I blocked Cheyenne. I congratulated Hannah for taking up for me. And that was that. And I have to get used to, like, not putting people real names on here. But, I mean, what the fuck is the difference? I mean, they're blocked. I'm not talking to these people, seeing these people ever again in my life, so. And then my roommate wanted to make a comment saying, well, I know that you have a bit of a mind of a teenager. And that really fucking hurt it, because it's like, how do I have a mind of a teenager when I'm way more mature than you? On so many levels. But I have a mind of a teenager? And what do you have the mind of? Because who are you to judge me when I literally did nothing wrong? And even if I did, who are you to judge me? You're no judge. So that happened. Now here it is, September. I get my phone stolen at a DMV, so I'm really crushed now. Because I don't have any type of technology. And in case a job wanted to call me, I can't give them my number because I don't have a phone. Then here comes October. Another battle. I literally had to sit down with my boyfriend's sister to tell her to stop cursing out Jamal because that's hurting him, and this man is talking about he don't care what happens to him, so that's a threat of suicide. So I tried to make that, you know, her know, but I said it in a nice way. I never come to somebody like, you need to, you no. I sat down, I said, Samaya, Jamal's been having a problem with you cursing at him, and next thing you know, this woman going on a rant talking about some money and how she can't afford to go to New York City, and then she talking about, I don't know how much you got in your bank. And it's like, how did we go? How did we go from one subject to you? And yes, I mentioned the fact that she cursed me out too. And it's like, you have no reason to do that. Because if I just got out of a situation, I'm not going to let nobody else mistreat me. Because that's just how it is. I'm not going to let nobody sit here and just walk all over me, because that's wrong. So she was like, I don't like your tone. Then she started taking her glasses off like, listen, I'm going to really need you to calm your... And it's like, are you going to swing on me or something? Because there is nothing wrong with my tone. I looked at my boyfriend. I was like, is there something wrong with my tone? I asked him twice, and he said no, because he was too scared to say something, because he said he was feeling sick, which he was. And then I got mad at him because he wasn't speaking up, and I did all this for him, and it's just... And then it's that. It's every time I say good morning to my roommate, and it's like, why are you doing that? Like, if I say good morning, you can at least say it back. It's just one fucking word. Or 2 words, don't fucking matter. It's good morning. Like, why can't you just say it back? Why you gotta say That's kind of rude. And so this is the chapter of me trying to find some kind of balance here and draw some type of boundaries, while also trying to find myself and secure myself. I don't know who I am. I've been giving my whole self to people who don't want to love me back, and it's really crushing the heck out of my spirit. And when I tell you that I was up at night, like this past night, crying at 2 something in the morning, I was. But it didn't last long, because every time I can't even cry now. Every time I try to cry because I'm sad, my literal eyeballs, and it's not producing tears, and it's not a medical problem. This happens when I'm too overwhelmed that tears cannot come down. So I was surprised that I did actually cry at 2 something in the morning, but it didn't last long, and I was trying to release. Sometimes I believe the reason why I can't cry is because I've literally held it in, and I feel weak if I were to cry over my boyfriend's sister or what my dad did. And it's like, but that wasn't it. When I was literally explaining to her about something of why I did not have a job, is because my dad didn't want me to. I was not allowed to work. And when I did find a job, it sparked arguments. Know how? I had a job last year at a restaurant. He literally tried to start an argument with me before I got the job, in the middle of me almost getting the job, and when I got the job. He kept putting words in my mouth saying that I thought that he was trying to take my money. And I never said that. Ever. I just wanted a job so I can save up for college at the time, because I wanted to go back. Not because I wanted to, but because my family wanted me. I knew my family would want me to. So that's why He didn't want me to have any source of independence. Any source of independence that would happen is basically a sin against him. And I was explaining this to Jamal's sister, and she literally said, "You can't blame that on your dad. Yeah, but everything should be about your dad." And it's like, you're not understanding what I'm saying to you. If a person is locked up 24/7, not allowed to go anywhere but school and back, not allowed to join any after-school activities, not allowed to get a job while going to school, not allowed to do nothing, not allowed to have a boyfriend, not allowed to have friends, not allowed to have anything, how am I supposed to make it? If I would have did those things, do you know what would happen to me? I get cursed out. My feelings would be, he would say hurtful things to me, and he would probably hit me just like he did my mom. So you can't sit here and say that I can't put that on. I can, because I could have been working, but any source of independence is a sin against my dad. Because that's what he did to my mom. She wanted to go back. She wanted to go to school or something. I can't remember because I was only 5 years old. I was in the back of the car, and we was in front of this big building. She just got back in the car. I think it was probably typing. I don't know. It was probably a job opportunity, but he started yelling and cursing her out bad. Any source of independence, my dad disregards and automatically hates. That's why he's a narcissist. And if you go to Narc Survivor channel, if you binge watch his videos, you will find somewhere in one of those videos he makes that statement saying about the job situation in a narcissist. That's why I said my dad is a narcissist. I'm scared to do my healing process because I've been bottling stuff up so hard that I don't know what's gonna come out. And I'm not saying that to sound badass, like, oh well, well, I'm a bad bitch, and if you don't want me to, no. If I were to start a healing process, something has to be released. And I'm trying to find a healthy way to release that. But I'm scared of what's going to happen. There's only been 2 people in my life who listens to me, and that's Jamal and Miss Pleasant. They don't disregard me like everyone else. They don't mistreat me like everyone else. So far. Of course, Jamal made some mistakes here and there. So have I. But, he shows me that he do love me. And sometimes I do beg him to be romantic to me because, he should do that anyway. But sometimes I just need extra loving because I'm going through it. My heart hurts a lot. I miss my mom still. I'm always going to miss her. But that wasn't it either. 3 weeks ago, I've been had my mom, sister, and 2 others that's a part of the family on Facebook. And I literally told my aunt that when she has free time, can she please let me know so we can talk on the phone, because I have a new phone. Miss Pleasant and Jamal and me all paid for the phone, and I'm really grateful. But I told her to let me know when she has her free time so we can talk, and she made it seem like she really wanted to talk to me. Here it is 3 weeks later. Has not reached out to me. Last year I bawled my eyes out because they didn't even wish me a Merry Christmas or Happy Thanksgiving or anything. So it's like getting all this from all these different people, and it's like really prolonging my process, and it's really messing with my head. And I'm trying to remain sane. I really am. It's just so much. I got a job at the Pullman Center, and I'm currently working with One Summer about mental health. I'm working 2 jobs for now. One summer is a contract job. Pullman Center is just like a part-time job. I just don't like staying there that long, and I have to do another long shift for the weekend. And I guess this job is just a bit overwhelming. Because I was called the B word for not giving someone the right colored Gatorade. So I'm really questioning if I should continue working this job because my mentality is already breaking, and I don't know if I should get a job and where I have to involve myself with people. Don't really want to involve myself with people at all. The reason why I do these videos is to monitor myself and just to record information for, every year that's been happening to me, just so that when I get older, I can look back on these videos and show people evidence that you can get better and you can grow out of it and you can find acceptance within yourself. I'm not saying that these things are impossible, but it is quite hard when you just want someone to love you. I feel like that dog that gets beaten and then the owner drives on the road and throws the dog out when the dog is bloody and broken leg and it's just limping as the owner just pulls off and abandons it. And then other people just looks at it in disgust or pepper sprays it, and it's just left starving and thirsty. That's how I feel. But people like Jamal or Miss Pleasant, they take beaten, broken dogs in, and they care for them until they get back healthy. I think what I need to do is focus on the good people and learn to have acceptance within myself. Research that up, because if I can research about what's bothering me, such as the narcissist and how I researched all that stuff, I should research how to heal. There's literally no guidance in this, because I do want to get better. And I keep telling myself I want to get better, but I'm just scared. So that's part of what happened. I threw some details in there. I didn't want to go specifically all the way into details because I didn't want this to shut off. But yeah, that's what's been going on. So, thank you for watching, and I will continue to make videos as much as I have to, because this is helping me, and it's like a video diary, as you can probably say. All right, see ya.